That's not the right scene. Let's try that again. What's up, folks? Welcome and greetings to one and all. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing okay myself. I'm slowly on the road to recovery from my illness. And what better way to recover than with some big Bond gaming? That is exactly what we are going to be doing today, because we are continuing Games Bond, and we are continuing it with Octopussy for the ZX Spectrum. A very interesting game, or at least a game with some kind of interesting background. Is the game itself going to be interesting? We'll find out tonight. Thumbtack, itinerant soldier, lurkers in chat, VOD viewers, and everybody else. Welcome, and what is up, folks? How's everybody doing? I'm a little bit, what's the word? Haven't find off to a great start here. I can't even speak. Well, I'm a little tired, I guess I could say. I spent the day at the office for the first time in like a week and a half, and spent pretty much the entire day moving, not really moving furniture, but moving stuff. We were like moving everybody around. We've been growing. There's more people joining the company, and we are currently in the middle of kind of restructuring our production teams, plural. And as part of that, we're kind of reshuffling where people are sitting and working, and who people are kind of sitting with. So a whole bunch of us just had all of our workstations and desks and everything moved around. So a lot of not just, I don't know, crawling on the floor, disconnecting and connecting cables and stuff, but also like trying to make sure that you're setting things up in a way that's not going to be that's not going to make you wish you'd have actually done it properly. I always find that kind of stuff a little daunting. But yeah, just moving stuff around and doing some cleaning and everything, it typically ends up being a little bit more physically strenuous than you think it will. And not only that, but I also took the opportunity to go for a lunchtime walk, because now all of a sudden this week apparently summer's about to begin. We've had pretty dire weather recently, but today we had 17 degrees outside, maybe more. And it's supposed to be, we're supposed to be getting temperatures above 20 later this week, which I'm very excited for. I've had it with fucking winter and gray, blah, cold shit weather. So I had a very nice, delightful little lunchtime walk, but it turns out that I don't know that I needed more physical activity. I mean, not to say that the whole move thing was like particularly heavy duty. I think it's more the fact that I'm like still probably technically not 100% recovered, and also I've like barely moved in the last week and a half. Long story short, I realized kind of as I was kicking off the stream, it's like, ooh, that would be nice to just go take a nap. What's up, Brunin G? NPC, greetings. 17 degrees is sweatshirt weather? Nah, man, that's fully t-shirt weather. Anything over like 15 is... I'm gonna be in trouble if I'm wearing more than a t-shirt. Yeah, the laser beam is impending. It's getting there. Man, let me vent a little bit about that, by the way. So I'd mentioned previously that I wasn't sure what the laser beam situation would be like, because well, not just mine, but all of the buildings around here were scheduled to have their balconies refurbished or like serviced or essentially replaced from what it looks like, from what I've seen on neighboring buildings. And my building was scheduled to have this work done. I forget exactly what the estimate was, but like April, maybe it was April through May or something. And due to, like, I don't know, some kind of labor issue, like some company, some subcontract, like I got a kind of a newsletter thing in the mail to explain this, but like some subcontractor somewhere like just ran out of money, so they couldn't pay their workers, so understandably and completely logically they stopped showing up to work. So everything just stopped for like a couple of weeks, and it looks like things have picked up again now, because they are currently in the process of setting up the scaffolding around my house. But I'm a little bit anxious. Like, first of all, I was thinking, well, when they set up the scaffolding stuff, they might like block everything off, so I don't get as much light coming through here, including the laser beam. But I guess it looks like they're probably not doing that anymore, because I guess they only cover everything up when it's cold, which is like, hey, I guess that makes sense. I don't know much about construction work, as as you might be able to tell. But now I'm just concerned with the time, like everything's taking longer. So I'm basically finding myself having to accept that I probably will not be able to use my balcony this summer. And that's a little annoying. I mean, it's not a huge deal. I don't typically spend that much time on it, but it's nice to know that I can. And I go outside to have breakfast outside sometimes during summer break and whatnot, and it'll be a little bit annoying if I can't do that. But whatever. Not the end of the world. But it's just annoying when they have like this like construction work stuff, and it kind of drags on, and you don't exactly know what's going on and everything. But I guess I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll see. The 7 o'clock laser beam is here for now, and probably will not be staved off in any meaningful way for the foreseeable future. Schubert, what is up? Barbie Edge, greetings. Stream title is why you're here. Well, you're in luck. The stream title is why I'm here. I'm here to play James Bond video games. Well, at least one. Why don't we hop on over to that scene, and we will get a little bit of background on tonight's main event. Let's see if we can bring up some information about the game here. Boom, there we go. My streaming schedule has been a little bit erratic for, I feel like, the entirety of this year. I've been either overworked or traveling or sick, or there's been something else going on, and I haven't been able to keep a consistent schedule, which I find very frustrating. And then as a side effect of that, Games Bond has not been progressing quite as smoothly as I would have liked. But that's not to say we're not making decent progress. We are at mission 12 out of 50. And I was never, even when I started this last fall, when asked to give an estimate of how long I thought it would take, my simple answer was usually, well, I'm not taking for granted that I'm going to finish in 2023. And I stand by that. We'll see how far we manage to get through. I mean, it's crazy to say it, but it's like we're almost halfway through 2023, and we started in like October of last year, and we're on mission 12, so we'll see. But like I said, for the past couple of months, I really have not been able to stream very consistently, which means progress has been kind of slow. We will try to address that as best we can starting tonight. Yeah, I mean, we have bonus missions, and there will be more of those, I'm sure. So that's gonna kind of, well, it's not gonna like delay anything. It's just gonna extend it. So I guess that's fine either way. I mean, if this project ends up taking the entirety of 2024 as well, then, well, so be it. I'm enjoying my time with it, and it's not, you know, it's not a race. We can enjoy taking our time. In any case, for those of you who may be new around here, what we are doing is we are exploring the history of James Bond 007 computer, I was going to say arcade games. There aren't really any arcade games, sadly enough. But home console games, mobile games eventually, and who knows what else. You can type !007 in chat to get linked to the official spreadsheet, where you can see some statistics and details, and of course the entire game list. There's gonna be longer games, yes, but I think once we reach, like, there's gonna be some longer games, but there's gonna be a whole slew of mobile games which I think are gonna be pretty quick. And the length of a game for me is usually less of a concern compared to the tedium. You know, the stealth affair was a bit rough. I was enjoying my time with it, but it's like it's by far the longest game so far. At the spreadsheet says 13 hours, but I believe that's inaccurate because I screwed up and kind of one of the streams we did, I kind of reset the timer to the wrong spot, so time of one of the streams we did essentially ended up not counting. So I think it's actually closer to 16 hours. But I think, I'm sure there may be an exception or two, but by and large, I think by the time we get to GoldenEye, from there on out, all of the games are going to be perfectly completable with a little bit of patience and perseverance. But we have a couple of console games coming up after Octopussy, which I'm a lot more concerned with in terms of being difficult and like being a bit of a roadblock. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll worry about one game at a time. What's up, Jay? The scope of these chronicles will not permit timetables. Yeah, we're playing fast and loose. We're playing by our own rules here, so we're just gonna take our time. We're gonna get through things at the pace at which it happens. Thanks for the reminder of the timer, by the way. I do want to put a timer on screen as we start playing so that we can actually keep track. Not that I'm trying to speedrun or anything, I just find it entertaining and interesting to keep records. This is indeed Roger Moore in this artwork. We will take a closer look at some of the materials that we have for this game. But first, let's get this information out of the way. Octopussy released in 1992, 9 years after the film. Graphic adventure based on the Bond film of the same name, Octopussy was released exclusively in Slovakia. In the role of James Bond, Agent 007, you were sent to India to track down the origin of a rare golden egg and solve the mysterious death of Agent 009. Originally available only in Slovak, the game was translated to English and re-released in 2018, featuring new music and loading screen graphics, and that is the version that we will be playing tonight. I don't know how much text there is in the game, but the English enhanced version is probably the version to play regardless. We got a little cool intro, and I think there's actually background music during gameplay, which is a nice touch. So starting with Lord Bromley's estate in Q's Armory, the Spectrum James Bond action pack games that we played last time, we watched some commercials and went through some of the materials and stuff for the game. Now, you may be surprised to learn that this unlicensed Slovakian Spectrum game from 1992, as far as I'm aware, does not have any TV commercials attached to it. But I'm gonna try to, moving forward, try to find ads and maybe, you know, coverage or artwork or whatever we can find to sort of set the stage and learn about the games as we play them. I'll be happy to try and check some of those stuff out for some added materials, context, enriching our Games Bond experience. Eastern Europe was the only place where Spectrum held some relevance in the early 90s. Well, I would say that it certainly held some degree of relevance in several parts of Europe. But for sure, it you know, it being cheap and probably easy to smuggle compared to certain other computers. There's a lot of reasons why it was pretty popular, I think, in certain parts of Eastern Europe and you know, former Soviet Union countries and some such. Never heard of a fan translation that adds new loading screens. I don't think that's too unusual when it comes to like Spectrum C64 type stuff, because you would probably, I mean, I'm speculating, but it happens to be a translation, but it's also like, hey, someone is grabbing this, you know, 15-year-old game and kind of freshening it up, make it a little more accessible and playable. And if you're the kind of person who's like hacking or modifying or doing stuff to Spectrum games in 2018, you're probably going to be the kind of person who's going to be, you know, like, fuck it, let's add some cool graphics. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. But yeah, this game, on account of not being technically a licensed game, could very easily have been relegated to the bonus missions. We have been playing some unlicensed Bond games for that, but I was just too intrigued with the backstory of this game that I had to include it. I couldn't bring myself to, you know, to not elevate it to official status on account of how weird this game is. But it's neither here nor there. I think we'll be, you know, what was it called? Aquabase was a pretty lame game. It was very unimpressive. But Shaken But Not Stirred was actually pretty cool. Having said that, I think from what little I've seen of this game, certain elements of it, I think, I can't say that it's particularly mind-blowing or impressive for 1992, but compared to all the computer Bond games we've seen so far, this one is like, yeah, puts some effort into the presentation and concept and making it feel like it's actually, you know, a Bond game. So we'll if you haven't seen any of this game, you will soon, and we'll see how you guys think about it. But I think it seems pretty cool. It's pretty dank, but pretty cool nonetheless. Let's take a look at what we've got here. So this is the what do you call it? The inlay, I guess. So this is a tape game, of course. So there's no like booklet, there's no box. There's just the kind of, yeah, the inlay in the cassette tape box. So I guess this where it says Sinclair here, that would have been in the spine. So Ultrasoft, the publisher, I guess, had some numbering thing for their games, I would assume. And I'm really intrigued by this because very clearly this artwork appears to be a photograph of a CRT screen. This is very obviously not imagery produced by or created on a ZX Spectrum. But I could believe that someone made this in like deluxe paint or something. Colors are all like sort of blown out. But if you've seen what the Octopussy movie poster looks like, you can kind of make out some of this. In fact, we watched the film on Saturday, and because of that, I arranged for the poster here somewhere. A few different versions, but right. So the quality of art here is like, you know, marginally higher. But I guess someone like used this as reference, or probably like a VHS box or whatever reference you would have on hand in 1992, making bootleg Spectrum games in, you know, Slovakia. But that was the basis then for this. And yeah, like I said, I'm just really intrigued with how this was produced, and like how and why this was like the method for putting this together. I don't know, pretty neat though. We got some loading instructions, and the other side of this has the instructions, and I was able to upload this picture to Google Translate so we can go through a machine translated version, which hopefully will be enough to get us sorted. I don't know if anyone in chat can read this. We should not hopefully be dependent on it, but if there's something in the English translation that seems particularly incomprehensible, I'm happy to crowdsource translation help from chat if need be, if at all possible. So there's several like Spectrum sites on the internet where you can find information about this game, or at least some screenshots and links and stuff. But it's not, you know, super thorough. You can find like names of the people who made it because the credits appear in the game. There's also this, and I don't know where this comes from. Like, I've not found any information to source this like picture. There's staples here. There's something that says bit poster. Is this like, was this in a magazine or something? It doesn't appear as though this could have been something that was packaged with the game. It's a little puzzling. 3-bit, is that what it's supposed to say? Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Unfortunately, that doesn't help much. We can see, of course, I think the loading screen artwork is like kind of based on this. Has the look of Polish film movie theater posters. I mean, it definitely has. I'm not, you know, we never had these kind of hand-painted bootleg posters where I lived. So I don't have any first-hand experience. Were they a thing in Eastern Europe? I mean, I could see it. I think most people associate them more with parts of Asia and Africa. But I could see it being a thing in parts of Eastern Europe. I don't know. Yeah, I would assume it's from a magazine because of the staples, right? Is this some kind of computer magazine? Is it like a Slovak computer magazine that had a feature on this game, and this was like the centerfold poster that came with that issue? I don't know. 3-bit was a magazine from Russia, apparently. Well, there you go. That seems entirely plausible. So we see we got you know, we got Bond and Octopussy here. We've got the main henchman, whose name I don't know if we ever actually learned in the film. We got the saw blade assassin that shows up in about 2 scenes. And if it weren't for the actual saw blade right here, I don't think I would be able to identify him. We also have the little taxi from the chase scene. It's like one of the highlights of the film. Ever heard of it in Russia? Maybe before your time? Could be. I mean, I guess this I was gonna say, like, yeah, the Spectrum is old, but it's like, well, right, but the game came out in 1992. So if this poster is in fact related to this game, then it would have been in 1992. Or thereabouts, I suppose. It wouldn't be before then, at any rate. Let us read the instructions. And like I said, this is pasted into Google. So the font sizes and everything is a little bit goofy, but I just think it's really cool that you can just throw up a JPEG of some text and it'll produce a hopefully mostly legible translation. Starting off great here. Octopussy is an action pornographic game. I saw this and it's like, what does this even say here? Well, pornographica, alright, okay. So, maybe this is a typo here? This is Pinographic? I don't know. It has element of adventure games. The theme is based on the film of the same name, starring the well-known character James Bond, Agent 007. This time, the intrepid James Bond will meet a very well-organized and dangerous gang of international traffickers and smugglers of rare objects. I'm pretty impressed with just how, like, natural of a language this translator is producing here. But anyway. It all starts with the death of Bond's colleague, Agent 009, who he finds dead in East Berlin. In his convulsively clenched hand, they find a rare art object, a golden egg, in which is a miniature model of the Russian Tsar Nicholas's carriage. However, upon closer examination, experts find that it is a fake. Beepel says Pornographica is full text. Does that help? Are we any wiser as to what this means? I mean, we'll play the game and we'll get the sense of what kind of an adventure this is, but that's interesting. James Bond therefore goes to the auction where the original golden egg is to be auctioned and skillfully exchanges it for a fake. The golden egg is auctioned off to a suspicious person who is later found to be from India. In the secret service that employs Agent 007, suspicions arise that the Soviet Union, in order to obtain the missing hard foreign currency to cover its expenses, is selling off the state's gold treasure and rare antiquities from art collections, which it then replaces with perfect forgeries. And this is where your task begins. In the role of James Bond, Agent 007, you are sent to India to clarify the mysterious death of Agent 009, discover the golden egg, with his help win a lot of money in the casino for your small expenses, and return by taxi with the information obtained, and most importantly, a living home. Alright, okay. Translation quality is taking a little bit of a dip here. But yeah, so what it looks like, and this is my impression as well, is that the entirety of the game is based on the India section of the film, which, as we determined watching it yesterday, is like by far the most boring part of the film. But that's okay. There is a casino scene, sort of. So I guess we have to play backgammon. Well, we'll see. We'll see how much of this we can actually figure out. So, I didn't think to prepare it on hand right now, but I know that there are videos of like full playthroughs of the game. So we're gonna do our best to figure this out. I was also able to see someone had like a map, which we'll see if we're gonna need any help with that. But I think it's gonna be the first challenge will be to kind of understand how you even play the game. I think of all of the things we've played so far, this seems to be the most similar to the burning building section of the Commodore 64, A View to a Kill, which was a game slash level that was conceptually cool, but extremely clunky in execution, to say nothing of the fact that it was literally broken and like you couldn't actually finish the level. But it's got a similar kind of icon menu interface that seems a little bit inscrutable unless you know exactly what you're supposed to do. So we'll see how much of this we can figure out. But I guess like the objective is to find the egg, win money in the casino, get information, and return to our taxi. Something like that, I guess, is kind of what we're doing. Before the Octopussy game itself, an opening sequence is recorded on the cassette, which has the task of introducing you to the plot. After familiarizing yourself with the introduction, you can record the main part. I'm assuming record is a little bit of a misnomer here, but that's fine. After it has been successfully uploaded to the computer, a small menu will appear. In it, after pressing key 1, you can select keyboard control. By pressing key 2, you select Kempston joystick control. And option 3 allows you to define own keys to control the game. You're choosing the appropriate control with the S key to start the game. In the game, you move classically using the keys to control the direction, i.e. left and right. You can enter open or unlocked doors using the up key. During the game, you can find various objects, some of which are of great importance for the successful completion of the task. S, you can manipulate objects by pressing the key defined as table. Alright. If you press this key, you will get to a small menu consisting of small graphic symbols, also called icons. You can move in the menu using the key selected as left and right. Confirm your choice again with the table key. So I think I was messing around with this and I was able to figure out the controls. So I don't remember exactly what they were, but basically you have like left, right, up, and fire, like, you know, an action button kind of thing. I'm sure there's some synonyms at play here leading to the translation of the key as table. But it's an action button. Kind of get it. The meanings of the icons from left to right are as follows, and I'm glad we were able to find this, because just looking at the user interface in the game, it's not particularly self-explanatory. Again, something it has in common with the View to a Kill game. Concentrated squares is the exit button, alright? Arrow in the palm, take item. Arrow out of palm, place item. Closed palm, use the subject. Yeah, there's some little hands with some arrows, I guess, yeah. So, take item, place item, use item, I guess. And I think there's, again, just like the other game, there's like a second row of icons for actual inventory items, I think, but obviously it was empty. I just played like the first screen of the game to see that I can start it and get the controls working and everything. You can interrupt the game at any time by pressing the 1 key and return to the control menu. I wonder if that means aborting or pausing or what. If you manage to solve the game successfully, the program prompts you to start the tape recorder and the final sequence will start to be recorded. Alright, so it literally says that there's an ending. That's exciting. I think what we should do, since I happen to have it on hand, get ourselves in the mood and to get everyone up to speed in case you weren't here to watch the film the other day, is we should watch the trailer. Let us watch the trailer for the film Octopussy to fully immerse ourselves into the atmosphere of this film. Wait. Oh, there we go. I couldn't find it. I was like, wait, where did I put it? Why is there no audio on this? Did I mute it or something? Oh, no. Okay. I don't know what's going on there, but...
Bond hits an all-time high. Roger Moore is Ian Fleming's James Bond 007 in Octopussy.
I didn't realize. Let me turn on the audio a little bit. I don't know if we were going to get content ID'd on this or anything. I don't think so, but you never know. So I should look at my other... I think we looked at this on street. Let me take a look. Like, was it actually muted? Doesn't look like it. Looks like it didn't. So we should be fine.
James Bond films, Octopussy has everything. Elegant palaces and beautiful women.
I do think this trailer is overselling the film somewhat. I mean, it's a good trailer in that sense.
Good morning, sir. James Bond, I believe you have a reservation for me. We've been expecting you, sir.
I'm Octopussy, and you are James Bond.
But I got like super fucking hyped to watch the film after seeing this trailer.
To be your target for tonight.
And then like the first half of the movie is like nothing happens. But it was the second half was pretty sick. Yeah, it's the music, of course, I was concerned with. Incredible stunts. That guy's the best character in the film. What's his name? VJ?
Hitting an all-time high in Octopussy. Step on it.
Yeah, so that was on the poster too with the
The Bond that tops them all.
taxi chase sequence. I mean, the trailer kind of has everything, right? And I mean, it's all in the movie. But the level of action and excitement is perhaps not quite this concentrated. It kind of is for the end of it, though. Like, the last hour, the last, like, 4 to 5 minutes to an hour. It's pretty fun. There's some good stuff. But all in all, hardly the most memorable or exciting of the Bond films we've seen so far. And I'm sad to say that I'm not sure if the game can fully live up to this either.
Roger Moore in his newest James Bond adventure, hitting an all-time high in Octopussy.
Like I said, the sequence of the film that the game is based on is like the most boring part, so I guess I can basically live up to that. They show a lot of the exciting sequences in the trailer, but it's not like there's a lot more of it, of course. It's just that like the trailer makes it seem like a very exciting movie, and it's like there's a decent opening scene, I guess, and I'm trying to remember now what the opening scene even was. But then, oh yeah, because it's right. It's the opening is like 009 escaping or trying to escape in East Berlin with the Fabergé egg and getting like chased by assassins. And then, you know, we have the briefing and Bond travels to India to like attend this auction or whatever. And I guess the auction is in England? I forget. It doesn't really matter. But he goes to India, and then there's like this whole long thing where he's like staying with the bad guy, like in his like palatial hotel estate or whatever. And there's like, I don't know, an hour of the film where there's like barely any plot, and there's like nothing interesting or exciting happens. There's like that taxi chase, which is pretty cool, but there's a lot around it that's just pretty bland and boring. And then it kind of picks up. There's like kind of a twist reveal in the plot that sort of puts the pieces together, what the bad guys are actually up to. And that's the point where it's like, oh, okay, so that's what what's going on, and that happens like probably more than an hour into the film. So it doesn't have like a lot of super intriguing spy shit where you like are wondering. Like, it doesn't have a great sense of mystery that keeps you on your toes. It's just like, well, okay, so what's up here? And it's just, I don't know. But then eventually sort of picks up. And yeah, I mean, of course the trailer is going to put the exciting stuff. That's fine. But I feel like compared to some of the other trailers for some of the other Bond films we watched, this one felt a little misrepresentative. The opening is 007 of the plane blowing up the hang. Right, because right. I guess the I forget if that's first. Yeah, I guess that was probably the actual opening scene. it actually opens with Bond being arrested or whatever, and then he has to improvise some stupid airplane stunts to blow up the hangar or whatever. And I guess maybe the 009 stuff is right after that. It doesn't matter, but there's a few scenes at the beginning that actually are pretty fun and exciting and interesting to set the tone, and then like immediately it just like is nothing like that at all for the next hour. Octopussy she's like the leader of this circus slash gang slash smuggling operation. He's not exactly the villain, but becomes more, I mean, there's like a couple of different villains that each play kind of their different part, and it gets a little convoluted. That's the thing, like the plot is a bit convoluted without there necessarily being that great of a payoff for it. It was an okay film, but at this point, funnily enough, I feel like A View to a Kill is maybe my favorite of the Roger Moore films we've seen. I know that one is like always derided for being kind of derivative and boring, and he's 86 years old in it and whatever. But it's got some fun stuff. I mean, I watched the movie a lot as a kid, so I have a soft spot for it. But I really don't think it's any worse than Octopussy for sure. Live and Let Die is a bit of a weird mixed bag, but it's got some really sick just vibes in that movie. The setting's pretty cool. So I think it's fair to say that one's better. But so far, none of the Roger Moore movies are really, like, they're all pretty middling. But hopefully, this game will be anything but. But yeah, I think we're about as prepared as we're going to be. So let me boot up my ZX Spectrum here. Yeah, The Spy Who Loved Me was like, that was pretty good. You're right. That's probably the best one of the ones, because we haven't seen all of them. We haven't seen Man with the Golden Gun, and we haven't seen Moonraker, and I think those are the two we're missing. I know Moonraker is not particularly popular, but I believe we're going to be watching at least one of them, because scenes from one, if not both, are featured in some much later game that has like stuff from a bunch of Bond movies. They're all like a bit messy in some ways, but Spy Who Loved Me had like some pretty cool like villain lair stuff. Like I remember the showdown, like the climax of that film was really great. And the game was really sick as well. How far am I on the movie schedule? Well, we're not watching the film sequentially. We are watching films as they come up in game form. So we are playing Octopussy because it's the next chronological game in the list, and to get the context of the game, we watch the movie. And I was actually thinking about this literally as I was going live on the stream tonight. That like, shit, we're gonna have to watch some James Bond Jr. because those games are coming up after this. And I've seen bits and pieces of that show, but it has been about 30 years, so I don't really remember much. We're not gonna like watch all of it or anything, but I should probably try to pick out some key episodes, or like maybe watch the first 4 episodes or something. I don't know if I can easily find a good list of recommended episodes, but we should watch some of that. But after that, there's we're gonna be watching I think we'll be watching all of the Brosnan films because they all had games, sort of. And then I think Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace have. It gets a little bit fuzzy with some of the mobile games, but essentially, I think we'll be watching all of the films from GoldenEye to Quantum of Solace in order, because there are games, released for them. We could be going back to watching some other older films. I can't recall specifically if some of them might come up as far as bonus missions. I mean, there's the From Russia with Love game that's like in the middle of all of that too, of course. So you can basically, if you watch the list of games, that'll tell you any game that's based directly on a film, we'll watch the film. And the schedule is basically whenever we get to them. So we're not really watching movies on a set schedule per se. I hope that helps clear that up. Moonraker had the misfortune of having a completely untranslatable title in Russian, so they did the next best thing and pretended it's a typo of Moon Racer. That's pretty good. Actually, I have to imagine, I think it's probably one of the few Bond films that was actually not translated in Swedish. I'm pretty sure the name of it was always just Moonraker. Because it's like the name of something in the film, right? Which is often the case, of course, with, well, I shouldn't say often, but in some cases. Maybe it's just Moonraker and GoldenEye? I don't know. Because like traditionally, they were always translated to Swedish titles. I want to say probably maybe Die Another Day. I can't remember if that one had a Swedish title. They definitely had, like, GoldenEye was also just called GoldenEye. But Tomorrow Never Dies. Actually, hang on. The World Is Not Enough had a Swedish title, but I don't think that Tomorrow Never Dies did. It's kind of weird. So it was kind of wobbly there, I guess. And then by the Craig era, it was fully just original English titles. That's pretty fun, though. Anyway, we're getting extremely sidetracked here. Let me get the timer up. There we go. And well, here we go. So this is the new artwork, I think, that was added for this version. So you can see in this, like, the stuff that's on the bottom here, like, that's the henchman on the right, and the Sawblade assassin on the left, and the taxi in the middle. That's like the exact same composition as that, like, 3-bit poster. So that's interesting. A little intro here. Turn this down a little bit. Pretty incredible animation. Might as well start the timer. Why not? Alright, okay, here's the briefing. Fabergé egg, he opens it. Closes it. Okay. What's this? Documents. Picture. Looking down. Okay. He's 009. He's dressed as a clown. He's dead. Okay, putting it back. Looking up. Okay. I think this is a book talking. Oh, this is the auction, right? He's showing the document that the egg is being auctioned off. And Bond's happy, I guess. Okay, there we go. That's all we need to know. Do you guys need the... do you guys need to repeat that info? Yeah, laser beam is being quite aggressive, and it is in fact 7:05 p.m. So just gotta bear with it for a few more minutes. Repeat info. Yes, no, I find that really funny. Imagine if you, well, I guess plenty of you don't even have to imagine, but I was gonna say, imagine if you haven't seen the film. What on earth just transpired here? Well, yeah, M basically gave us the briefing. I think it's a really cool scene. Visually, it's very nicely done. I think plenty of Bond games could do well with a briefing scene that looked like this. This scene could have done well with some text to actually explain things. But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Three titles in Russian: Moon Racer, Moon Wanderer. Played this before watching the movie and without reading the manual, more than a bit confused. Yeah, I'm expecting to be more than a bit confused even after doing all that, so I can imagine. But yeah, why not? I don't know if you finished this, but I'm sure you will be able to provide at least a little bit of help in figuring out what's going on and how things work. But I'm gonna try to piece things together. I'll make sure to explicitly ask if there's something I want explained to me. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna need to repeat any of that info. So we'll just press the N key. Ah, this artwork's pretty cool. Arriving by boat. Don't think we'll need any assistance. All right, cool. That's good to hear. Yeah, I mean, I've seen enough of this game to know that the interface is a little, you know, opaque. But for all I know, the game itself could be extremely simple. You know, like Aqua Base, it's a text adventure, and they can be a little cryptic. But the actual flow and sort of puzzle design of that game was like extremely childishly straightforward. And given what the impression I have, I should say, I don't know for a fact, but the impression I have of the scope of this game means that it could be something similar. It might be a bit confusing, but I don't know if it's going to be difficult. But we'll see. I booted this up before, and I did like reconfigure the keys, and I think in doing so, I somehow made it more confusing for myself. So I think we'll just go at it with the default controls, and I think we'll be able to work that just fine. So let's hit the S key, and here we are. Alright, so in classic Spectrum fashion, we can walk with O and P, left and right. So the Q key, so normally O and P is left and right, Q and A is up and down. There's no actual down input in this game, but Q is up. But I don't think there's anything on this screen that we can, like, enter. So is it maybe spacebar? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I tap spacebar, and I now can navigate the menu. So this is just the exit button. Back to the game. This is pick up. This is place. And this is use. So if I pick this one, the cursor goes up here, and I get to pick an item in my inventory, I guess. But obviously I don't have any. So I think that's pretty much the extent of it. Alright, we should... Before we risk losing any progress, we have to do this, right? Even a little animation of his arms going up. Whoop. That's a death, I guess. I don't know. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like that you can do that. Okay, well, let's explore. Pretty good walk cycle. Like, graphically, again, not mind-blowing for 1992. But it's a pretty cool-looking Spectrum game. So I believe I can go here. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, but I'm gonna return. And we'll just explore this direction first. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a snake charmer, I guess. Is he gonna... Are we gonna, like, die if we bump into him? No? Okay. I wonder if we can pick something up. I mean, I guess we can try it. Not gonna walk off the ledge there. There's no, like, interact or talk or anything. Okay. Not able to collect anything. Presumably nothing there. Yeah, I mean, especially the swimming thing. Bond has been okay. Did I come through the door or this way? Okay, I came through that way. Bond has been depicted as being a rather talented swimmer, as far as I'm aware. Dude, this is so confusing. You exit to the right and you enter the other screen on the right. Anything behind here? The Spectrum was definitely going in certain parts of the world. But I'm sure there's like British games coming out around that time too, but it wasn't like, it was pretty niche at that point, of course, in the grand scheme of things. But you know, it was really cheap and had a huge install base, so I mean, there were definitely Commodore 64 games coming out. Like Street Fighter 2 has two different C64 ports. In fact, there was like one American port and a different British port, I believe. So there's like some old systems that hung around for quite some time. Okay. I don't know where that path would take me. Oh, right, okay, I was thinking I could keep walking down, but there's no down key, so of course I can't. Where did this lead again? Right, okay. Is this something I can pick up? Oh. Aha! Oh, okay, so that's like a flute, I guess. So maybe I can, use this to charm the snake or give it to the snake guy. Spectrum and C64 budget titles were still topping the UK all-format charts in '91. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I guess niche is not the right word for it. Like, they operate on such a different scale and budget from console games and, like, bigger computer games that it makes sense that they would, like, especially if you're looking at, you know, units sold. Of course, like, a game that's like £3, it's gonna sell a lot more than something that's like 40. But I could still imagine too, like, between 91 and 92, 93, like, I would imagine that the drop-off was pretty rapid at that point. Like, once, you know, not just 16-bit consoles, but I was gonna say, but also, like, DOS and PC games, but stuff like that, I guess, would be, like, that would still be pretty, like, that would be kind of niche in terms of availability and cost for a few more years until, like, later in the 90s. Slovak friends will complain that Slovakia is Central Europe. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I guess for me it's like, if it's got a thriving sort of bootleg Spectrum scene in 1992, I feel like it's Eastern Europe by definition. But hey, I mean, I know that feel. It's like the, according to the Capcom Pro Tour regional, like how they split up the global regions for the Street Fighter V competition, Sweden is apparently also Europe East. Just like, huh, okay, that's a first. But it's like, so, and that's for like online competition and stuff. So like we're in the same region as like Finland and I guess Russia, and I don't know, Slovakia. but not the same as like the UK, France, Germany, Spain. But stuff like that can be a bit messed up sometimes. All right, okay. Pretty cool. You walk in, there's like shaded area, and he's darker, even though it's just a, you know, just for the way the palette works, and he's blue over here, but it's still kind of a cool effect. Well, we can try going inside here. All right, there's. Can I press up to interact? Nope. Okay, I want to like keep from exploring too far, so I don't lose my sense of direction entirely. Oh, I cannot walk up there. Probably a wall. Yes. Okay. So it did mention that we can walk through open and unlocked doors, which implies sort of that there are locked doors that we cannot go through that may become unlocked. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go back. Oh, right, okay. So we can go to the right and take a look before we go back to the snake charming fella. Right, because I didn't go up here. Oh, this looks pretty shady. Okay, so yep, just double checking. I guess that's my taxi. It's probably where we need to leave. Going here. The graphics are pretty cool. I like the way this looks. Oh, okay. There's the casino. Oh, I guess, is that Kamal Khan in the black? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm just fully exploring now, I guess. Okay, just stop there, okay. Something up here doesn't do anything. We probably need, like... Because in the film, like, he wagers the egg or whatever. And he uses Khan's cheating dice. Oh, is that him? I don't know. Yeah, this looks more like the backgammon table in the movie. You have to do a little bit of guesswork, a little bit of detective work. But at least having seen the movie, we have a shot at it. So I've not found or seen any other objects that seem pick-upable. Maybe we need to, like, I don't know how visible they were going to be, but I was going to say trumpet. The flute did not feel particularly super hidden. I held the right key for too long. There we go. So we'll do something with this. We'll try to use it, and then we'll try to give it to him or place it or whatever. And hopefully maybe something will happen. Hopefully. Oh, look at this. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I guess I can just use it wherever. Which probably means that this is like, well, either I use it right here, or like I have to be in the right spot, or the idea is I'm just meant to be inspired by this guy and actually go use it in a completely different spot. Chip, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. I'm not sure. Well, let's try being a little more precise here. Maybe we were supposed to stand by this thing or whatever. Such a good animal. Oh! Okay, that's pretty sick. Okay, well, we were not supposed to do that. I guess we just instructed the snake to kill us. I wasn't expecting that. So I'm curious What I did the first time. Is it over here? No. Bond should not change his day job. I mean, he seemed to be pretty, well, I was gonna say pretty good at snake charm. I guess he was not that good if he couldn't avoid getting himself killed, but at least made something happen. I like that there's even like a different sprite of him like picking it up. Playing a bit on the pier? No, nothing. So maybe, I mean, clearly interacting with it, or like playing it, did interact with the snake. But I wonder if, if I should be using it someplace else for something else to happen. I would have to imagine that it's going to be an element of like trading and barter, or, you know, just using an item to get another item. But I wonder if it's all going to happen, like, there is a command to place an object. So I don't know if that's just a, you know, Dizzy-esque inventory swapping kind of thing, where it's like, we have limited inventory slots. I didn't mean to do that. So the option to drop something is there just because. Or if dropping the item, placing the item is... In fact, let's try it. Oh. Either this is like, it's gonna drop it. Yeah, okay. Because I was thinking like, well, maybe the manual translation was a bit clunky and it actually means, you know, it's not really for dropping items. It's maybe for like using them. You know, maybe one... It's like a stealth affair, right? It has one verb for use and one verb that's operate. And use is when you use an item on another item, and operate is if you use an item just by itself. So I was thinking possibly this game could have the place and the use could maybe both be for actually using it in different ways. But placing it appears to just be placing it. What's up, Cody? That's a quality emote combo there. Yeah, I added a bunch of Bond FFZ emotes. So I guess I need something to use here probably when we're gonna leave. All right, so I think we're gonna go back to the Snake Man. So this is the casino, right? Yeah. Because we could get ourselves bitten by the snake. The first time I tried it, there was like no reaction. And then when I stood right by the snake, we got bit. So maybe if we place ourselves in a slightly different part of the screen, maybe the snake can kill the snake charmer instead and he will drop an item or something. It's my best guess. So far, I haven't tried maybe every single door, but it doesn't appear that there's been a door that's like closed. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to see if what I'm standing next to is something I can pick up. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, because I was like standing over here somewhere playing the flute and it didn't do anything. If I'm standing like here... Can I just pick up the snake? Nope. Alright, just drop that. I'm assuming it's gonna stay there. Yep. Okay. Will this get me killed? Nope. Actually, I probably should... Okay. I was expecting smoother progress here. Like, I found a flute, and there's a snake charmer guy, and those are like the only interactable things, the only animated things we've come across. And, well, my deduction was correct insofar as using the flute here had an effect, but the effect, unfortunately, was that we died. Yeah, I gotta be careful. It's hard to know. Maybe I should... Actually, that's a good idea. I was gonna say, let me drop something and, like... try to get a sense for, like, how precise interactions appear to be. I don't think necessarily there's gonna be a lot of, like, I have to stand on the exact right pixel. There could also be doors and openings that we have not discovered yet. Like, we might have seen the entire map of the game, but we might not. Like, there's no way... Wait, I don't think we went to the right here, did we? We saw this screen, but then we turned around. Well, this is locked. Was this in the movie? I mean, sort of. The puzzles or whatever's going on here weren't exactly... There was a snake charmer at some point. Oh yeah, that's right, because that's his contact. Like, he starts playing the fucking Bond theme on the flute, and that's how Bond recognizes him, which is pretty fucking stupid. That's the thing, like, the movie's not overly comedic, but it's got, like, a handful of these really stupid gags that, like, really stick out. Oh, I can go up here. Okay, new discovery. Okay, this looks like it could be an item. Aha! Pick up a drink. Okay, progress. I'm assuming if I can go up here, which I cannot, okay. I was gonna say that it would take me to the same room, but I can't. Now what would I use this drink for? Give it to someone? I mean, I can walk up to this guy. Okay, I guess it's poison. Or Bond is an extremely light drinker. Okay, start over. It's like stopping to try to interact with background stuff. So that's... Okay, so if I operate the glass, I just drink it and instantly die. So that makes me curious. Is there a way to use the hand icon, like the use verb, to do something else with it that isn't drinking, i.e. giving it to someone or whatever? Or do I just place it somewhere? Is that how I use this item? Can the place verb be used to hand it to someone? Feeling that the author was more of a Sierra fan than a LucasArts fan. I mean, you could be inspired by any number of things, but, you know, it doesn't mean you can fully execute to that level necessarily. I mean, for what it's worth, it's not really... Doesn't feel like a Sierra knockoff either, exactly. If I try to drop something here, do I like place it on... Nope. Okay, so it's just like invisible, so let me collect it. I think maybe I'd place it on this little cart. Up here or anything? Nope. Oh, controls are a bit weird. Well, we're over here, so... Maybe I can do something. Maybe I can give the drink to the guy. So I can steal his snake. What happened if I place... Okay, nothing happens. It's just standing there, like, behind. Graphics are just overlapping. I don't really have any indication that placing verb can be used for anything other than, like, you know, opening up inventory space, basically. Just speculating on it, I suppose it's possible. Crank up some light here now that the sun's moving away. It's possible that if I use, you know, I use the use verb with the drink and I drink it and I die, but if I'm like, that could be context sensitive. It's just that, like, if I'm not in a particular spot to interact with something, I end up just drinking it and dying. But if I am standing in the right spot, I end up doing something else. Great White Hope, what's up? Way the game handles background colors. Yeah, I mean that's the spectrum for you. Just a palette limitation of, like, you can basically set colors based on regions of the screen. But you can't, like, layer colors on top of other colors. Maybe there's a hidden item back here? I guess not. I mean, there could be, right? Could have been, but there wasn't. I'm, like, stopped here. Got a little flute. Nope, he's not impressed. What if I just place a drink here? I'll just go mind my own business for a while. You can go, you can drink it. I mean, I don't know that I want him to drink it, of course, but, like, I'm not sure how that would help me. Bring the drink to the casino. It's like, it's kind of high pressure, like, just having the idea of trying to use the button to see if the use command does anything, knowing that if I'm wrong, I'll die. I have to start over. Did I go out here? I think I did. Yeah, right. Didn't necessarily check for, like... Oh, dude, can I, like... Maybe not. I was gonna say, can I, like... wiggle walk to speed run? Doesn't seem like it. It just puts it on the floor as well, which is pretty funny, but... I'm assuming... that guy on the far left with the turban, it looks like he's wearing a suit. Like, is that supposed to be the henchman? I think so. I think it might be, anyway. See if there's possibly some other screen where we can walk into the background. Oh wait, is that an item I can collect? Okay, I can move. It is. Cup? Is it a lucky cheater's cup to cheat at backgammon? Will using this kill me? Okay, you know what? Okay, it doesn't work. Okay. Well, let me try to see if I can use it over here. Yeah, because it looks like the table is like split in two. That looks more like a backgammon table. Oh. Oh, double sixes. Okay. Okay. Okay, so in the film, right, Bond spots Kamal Khan, who's like the bad guy, at the backgammon table playing with some British dignitary or whatever. Is he American? I forget. And Khan is like fleecing him, right? He's got his own like, well, he's got loaded dice, right? That's what it is. It's not the cup itself, but he has like loaded dice, and so he keeps winning, of course. And then at some point, this other dude is like, "No, I'm good, I'm out." And Bond steps in, and it's like, "Hey, I'll take his place." And Bond like bets big and sort of lets him know, because this guy Khan was like, he was the buyer of the Fabergé egg at the auction, and Bond shows up at the auction and swaps the real egg for the fake one, so that Khan inadvertently ends up buying the fake egg, and of course really wants and needs the real one. So Bond shows up with it to show that like he's good for the money and whatever, and he ends up like, he's in, I don't know the rules of backgammon, but essentially he's in a spot where he needs double sixes or else he loses, and he's like, well, all right, let me just use your lucky dice then. That's you know, it's only fair. And of course he rolls 2 sixes, and then that's it. And like the henchman grabs the dice and just crushes them in his hand and whatever. So there's like something going on with that, right? We got a cup that we could use. We walk up to the table and we roll the dice, and we get the loaded dice, I guess. And yeah, we were like, I could just barely make out that the image seemed to show like a first-person perspective of being behind bars. So we were locked up for being dirty cheaters. I just realized that live split is fucked. I hate that this does this sometimes. No, well, sure. Okay, let me restart that and see. Did any of you notice how long this was, it's been frozen? No, it's 40 minutes. Start there. I guess it's like not that super precise. It says copyright 91, but it said 92 in the intro. And yeah, you never know exactly with dates and stuff like that. the other dates I've seen on the internet for where they, like, that's the thing. It's not reliable to look at copyright dates on, like, in the software itself. Or, like you can't reliably deduce publication dates based on that, basically. And internet seems to be, even though I'm sure it's mostly like the same sources being regurgitated, but the internet seems to believe, at least, this was released in 1992. So I'm going with that. So we can find the cup, and it'll let us cheat the drink. So we've been able to find a couple of different items. About 5 minutes? Okay, thanks, Eternal Soldier. We're, means I added about 5 minutes, but I think that's fair, because we... Yeah, I'm not gonna super sweat it, but thank you. I appreciate that. We have found a couple of items, and we've yet to discover any actual use for any of them that doesn't kill us. But the cup is interesting because it actually only... It could not be used anywhere. It could only be used... Like... Well, I shouldn't say it can only be used at that table. But maybe I can play... These guys, you know... Maybe I can play some dice with these guys? In here? Yeah. Yeah, I just noticed the cup was like... sort of flashing, which made me realize, like, hey, maybe that's a separate thing. So can I try using it here? No. Going here is the backgammon table, yeah. Can I play a little song on the flute to distract them? Oops. Okay, no reaction. Let's see if we can play... play some dice. Dude, the reverse angle is so confusing. Nope, okay. Play the flute? Nope. Okay, I can't walk further. I think I can pick up here? No. Man, it's like... What can you ever do something? Nope. Ah! Menu navigation a little bit clunky. Just... ah. To say the least. Can we use the cup with the snake or something? Why not, by the way? Did you finish the game? I'm just curious. But did... You did, okay. Well, good, that means that it's probably not... Both that it's probably not super long, and also that you should hopefully be able to help me out if we get stuck on something. Nope, okay. Kind of brute force. Well, I mean, I feel like what else is there to do? You just kind of, I mean, that's kind of, I mean, I guess I'm applying some sort of logic to what I am trying, But honestly, it's mostly based on like what appears to be interactable elements, more so than like, I'm just trying to see if I can walk into the background, more so than like trying to apply logic to like, oh, this item should reasonably be used this way. This is where we got the drink. Maybe I can bring my cheater's dice here or something. I'm still a bit anxious about the drink situation, like, because if this is a poison drink and drinking it will kill me, then obviously I'm not, like, there's not going to be a point where I'll like, oh, this is where I need to get poisoned, so let me drink this. But you know, I could maybe want to give it to somebody else to poison them. But I'm a little unclear on by what mechanic I would be able to do that, because so far I've yet to come across like the ability to do this and have anything happen other than like, oh, it's just on the floor next to me now. And again, because my one experience trying to use the drink killed me, I'm a little hesitant to try using it. Well, I've not been able to figure out anywhere else to use the cup. I mean, maybe there aren't dice in the cup, but I was able to play dice with it because I was at the table. Which, I don't know, even if that is the case, what difference does that make? I don't know. I haven't really been able to talk to or interact with people in any way. No. But if there's a way to do that, I don't even know if this is how you would. I mean, I hope I'm not meant to, like, drop items on empty screens or anything stupid like that. Comic Frog 64, greetings. One of those games where you have to have watched the movie recently. Well, I watched this movie less than 48 hours ago. And, it is of limited help, I have to admit. Broccoli Donut, what's up? Spectrum demake of Operation Stealth. Not exactly, but I mean, it's about as... Well, I was gonna say it's about as eager to kill me. That's not even really true. This game is far more vicious with that than Stealth was. Because anytime I find an item... I've found 3 items... And the only interaction I've been able to achieve with any of them is to get myself killed. I can play the flute, and it has no effect unless if I stand right by the snake. Then playing the flute will make the snake bite me so that I die. I found a drink on a table, which, you know, fair enough. You probably shouldn't be going around just drinking drinks you find on tables. But the fact that it instantly kills me is also a bit heavy-handed, one might argue. The cup I can use to play a bit of backgammon with loaded dice, which lands me in prison, which is also an instant game over.
Yes, I'm very impressed.
So yeah, you hit the nail on the head right there, Donut. This game has 0 issues. Average Sierra game did that as well. I mean, average Sierra game would at least let you use items. They weren't, you know, hesitate to kill you in unexpected, sudden ways. But items would typically have a use other than getting you killed. It's still pretty cool though. So I can pick up items and I can drop items. But like, it doesn't appear that dropping items necessarily has any kind of effect. Like, that doesn't appear to be a way to, like, dropping items does not appear to be a method for placing it specifically or giving it to someone or anything like that. Like, I stand next to these shady looking individuals and I just place my martini glass on the ground. Maybe something will happen? Exiting the screen on the right and then entering the next screen on the right fucks me up. Because there's no, like, interaction of any kind that isn't using an inventory item, as far as I'm aware. So there's no, like, talking or anything like that. Like, I'm assuming that to win the game, I should have a particular item that I use when I'm standing right here, and that'll let me hop on the taxi. Probably have to use it in the exact right spot, and if you use it in the wrong spot, you drink it and you die. Yeah, that was kind of my working theory. But it's a bit rough, because if that is the case, then that means that any incorrect guess, no matter how almost correct or vastly incorrect, will kill me with no feedback on whether I was sort of close or not. It also means that anytime I make an incorrect guess, I have to start the game over. And it's not that I don't think it could be true, I just don't want it to be true. But more than that, I would say, even if that is the case, I don't really have, like, a good guess as to when or why. It's like, let's say, if I use the use command, I give it to someone. Who would I want to give it to? I don't know. Like, I'm thinking if the flute can, like, make the snake attack, then I would like to have the snake, right? I would like to get the snake and, like, place it and then play the flute or something. Would that then mean that I need to dispose of the snake charmer? Possibly, right? Although it seems a little roundabout, given that if my purpose with the snake is to get it so that I can place it somewhere so that I can command it to kill someone, I feel like it would be easier to just hand the drink to that someone. But maybe the snake has multiple uses and the drink only one. But at this point, I think I've explored the map fully. At least I'm not sure where any I mean, at least the entirety of the map that I have access to. It's possible that there's going to be doors that unlock, but I don't think there's more rooms that I could access. And I believe I've picked up, like, the 3 items we've collected, they were all pretty visible. So I don't think there's, like, items hiding that we didn't notice were there. Which means, if that is accurate, then it means we have these 3 items to use. And the cup, I try to use, like, that one I can walk around trying to use because for the most part it doesn't even do anything. The only place I've had to do something is by the backgammon table where you use it to roll the dice. And you roll double 6s and you get put in the prison for cheating. Flute I can play anywhere, but it doesn't, I've not seen it have any effect other than getting killed by the snake. So, given that I have at least tried to use the snake and the cup, misclicked. Feels like the next step might be to try using the drink. But knowing that it can kill me, I am a little hesitant to do it, but of course at this point I don't know what else. I can't think of many other options. I guess we can try, like, my best guess as far as like an actual idea would be to go to the snake charmer, I guess, and try to use it there, like to use it on him. Because I don't know who, or like, when it comes to that guy, I have no beef with him or anything. At least I can imagine some kind of benefit from disposing of him. Everyone else is literally static, just sitting there, nothing going on. And it's a lot less clear what disposing of any of them would help me with. Use the snake, put it in my trousers. I mean, yeah, sure. One offer hints, let me know if you want yes, no answer on something. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll see. We're probably going to take a break shortly anyway. And we'll see where we go from there. I mean, I guess we'll like, this is just, it's so tricky, right? Because there's no, like, nope, I didn't need to do that. I can't really deny or confirm, like, I can drink this, I can use it here and confirm that, oh, I drink it and I died. But I can't, like, that doesn't help me figure out whether I could have used it somewhere else. It's like, do I replay the game and stand on every single point of every screen and try drinking it just in case? Like, where do you draw the line for how absurd it is to attempt, like, using the drink on someone or on something based entirely on the assumption that that's even a thing you can do? I'm not saying I've reached that point, but it exists, right? There is a point at which you go like, this is ridiculous. So we'll see. But I'm going to take a short break there. Just around the hour mark. And I'll ponder the cup. I'll ponder the martini glass. And I'll ponder asking some questions and see if we can figure something out. But I'll be back in a little bit. See you guys shortly. All right. Got some of these jams back. What's up, Mark? Happy Monday. All right. Start over. Still, like, I don't know. The whole drink situation and or cup situation seems... I was gonna say seems dicey, no pun intended, but I don't know, I can't shake the feel that, like I said, the game is cryptic and a little weird, but in some ways it is, like, still pretty straightforward. So, I still wonder if there are rooms or places that we haven't seen. Because there's been some exits, like where you walk into the background, that were very not that obvious. And I don't know that I've actually combed like every screen for more of them. Because if we find another screen, there might be more stuff, you know? But I think that is worth... Like, while I'm kind of retracing my steps here, I never remember where stuff is anyway. Oh, that's the one, man. Like, yeah, like here? Can you maybe walk around the corner? You can! Okay, well, there's clearly... I can't even talk. There's clearly an item over there. Huh. Inexplicable map. What's up, terrible boar? Welcome, welcome. Glad you're excited and not terribly bored. I am terribly excited as well. We just made some kind of progress. Yeah, the map is a little... Well, I mean, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's not as bad as fucking... what was it called? Arkham Origins Blackgate? Incredibly confusing navigation. I've seen some other pretty bad maps in my days. So probably explore on the map, you were getting word. Well, we got something. So, is that like, I don't know, it looks like a little button. Is it like a coin or something, maybe? I mean, we could try using it. Okay, it doesn't work, so... Probably means... We're supposed to... Well, if it is a coin, I mean, we should just give it to this guy? Like, he's like some kind of street performer, right? Because if I can't, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go into the fucking casino and just bet my fucking loose change, am I? I mean, we're here, we're standing here, I might as well try it, right? I don't know if I'm standing in the right spot, but... It's like, it's so hard to know if what you're trying is gonna work or not. Okay. I guess I don't even know if it's a coin. It kind of looks a bit like a manhole cover or something, but I don't think I can walk around with that in my pocket. And it was small, right? So... maybe you, well, this is an item that isn't going to kill us for trying to use it, so I might as well try to use it anywhere I can. Right? Whether that's in a casino or at the bar or whatever. Barter with this guy. Transitions. This is where we've got the flute, right? Yeah, so we got the coin over here, right? Which means we're probably not going to use it, like, immediately here. But we might as well try. The interface is about as elegant as you can make it in a Spectrum, I guess. Okay. Here. Do I like tip someone? Can't go here. It's a bit conspicuous that you can enter this screen and there's nothing here. Like, I remember thinking the same thing about that other pier, but it turned around, you could walk around the... Turn out, you could walk around the corner and find a... whatever this is. A little token or a coin or something. So if this screen exists, maybe that door... I don't know. There might be another dead-end screens, but... I'll basically try to use this on any person I come across. Alright, because this is like a dead end here. Person, wall, or dead end. Oh, unless I'm supposed to drop the coin. Am I supposed to drop the coin by the snake charmer? Well, we can pick up the drink here anyway. I guess we can try that. And yeah, it's, I mean, as you were saying, and as I was saying too, I guess, like, yeah, you just kind of end up brute forcing. It's, you might as well, you know? And it's not, you know, in some adventure games, some slightly more sophisticated ones, there's sort of, you're kind of disincentivized from trying to brute force by the game offering such a wide range of options that it's like, well, I can't just stand here and guess what to do because I'd be here all day. But that's not really the case here, right? Because there's... Oh, well, I guess we can try this. There's a limited enough range of options available that brute forcing it is kind of indistinguishable from legitimately trying to use your wits. Nope. Okay. Well, we could ride that high of getting... Okay, so maybe... if I can use the coin to take a cab and leave and game over, that's still, like, data. Oh! Okay, I recognize the portrait of Bond being dead. I could not make out what that picture on the left was. But I was able to use the coin to give it to the cab driver and leave. Hadn't seen that. All right, cool. Okay, I cannot walk into the background here. So, okay. Well, we're gonna be close enough that I can at least try... Well, okay, so I can use the coin to take the taxi, which probably means that's the intended use for the item. I just needed to prepare. I mean, obviously I hadn't completed what I was supposed to complete. Maybe I have to do something to make sure that those guys don't follow me and kill me. But maybe what I have to do is just complete the objectives of the game, and if I've done everything, I can just use the coin and take the cab and leave. But it's possible that I can use an item in multiple ways. Like spending the coin on the taxi might have been the equivalent of drinking the poison drink or whatever. So what if I try dropping the coin here? I guess it really doesn't appear to could be the case that dropping can actually be used to use an item. Man, I mean, that's the thing, right? I thought I had a good idea for what I was, like, what I could do here. And I get nothing for it. Ooh, background decorations. So that further incentivizes just brute forcing, I guess, just trying whatever. Like, don't bother putting thought into what item you're using where and for what reason. Might as well just fuck around. Well, I don't think I really tried using the I mean, yeah, I gave it to the cab. Yeah, I guess we can deduce that it's a coin. So I can try giving it to... We go in here. Maybe I can use it. It's like, am I standing in the incorrect spot? Oh, do that. Oh. I bet my one coin. The manual said something about gambling. Oh, I can try doing this. I mean, yep. Maybe I can use it in the other, the roulette table or whatever. Unless I can, like, pick up more stuff. Oh, I don't know. Oh! Prehralsi. I used an item and I didn't die. Okay, but I lost the coin, though. But that's probably pretty bad. Or, oh, aha, wait. So I placed the bet. Maybe we didn't spin the wheel yet? I don't feel too great about this. Does anyone know what that word meant? I successfully used an item without dying, which is, you know, kind of exciting, but, I feel like I maybe needed that coin. I don't know if it's exciting or worrisome that I have now confirmed that items can be used in multiple places. Am I wrong that 1992 is kind of an insane year for Spectrum game to be released? It really depends on what part of the world you're in. This game was developed by two people in Slovakia. And the Spectrum definitely had a long lifespan in several parts of Europe. There were a lot of Spectrum and Spectrum clones in former Soviet countries, as well as, like, you know, Russian family clones and stuff like that. So it's not, you know, it's not insane, but it is highly specific to certain circumstances, I guess you could say. Use the coin soft lock. I mean, it would sort of appear that way, wouldn't it? Unless I leave and come back. Kinda wish I knew what the game said when I used it, because there was clearly a word written on that picture. Like, it looked like this is a roulette table, right? It looked like, you know, you sort of placed the bet, and like, now what? Just play a little tune. Just turned completely invisible. All right. Man, you make a tiny little bit of progress and then you're just finding yourself more confused. It's not too dissimilar from Operation Stealth in that regard. This game is in fact not officially licensed, no. Outside of this game, the entire game list is consisting only of officially licensed Bond games. But this one was just too intriguing not to include. Oh, do I collect my winnings? From this guy over here? Probably not. What if I prove that I can lose by losing money over there? And now I can just walk up to the table and roll some dice. Alright, double sixes. And he rolls something else. 6 and a 1. We're behind bars and that's a game over. Okay. Okay. Let's try again. There could still be someplace else for us to use the coin, right? I mean, we can at least confirm 2 different places to use it, which is kind of interesting. I don't know that it helps us get closer to a solution, but I guess it helps somewhat in getting a fuller picture of what's possible. Alright, that's the door. I guess this is where we get the drink. I still get confused about what areas, like which area is which. Yeah. Oops, I wasn't standing close enough. Yeah, I can try using... I mean, I guess it might as well kill me. Like, I was thinking, well, I can just keep trying to use the coin for stuff. Because, you know, at least it doesn't kill me. But if I end up using it for something, and I would have wanted it for something else, then I guess I might as well start over anyway. Oh, what's up, MTI? Yeah, so this is the 2018 re-release, or hacked version, or whatever you'd call it, that translates the starting menu, I guess, and the intro to English. The actual text that would be relevant during gameplay is, in fact, still in Slovak, but it adds music and a new title screen or loading screen graphic. So I wonder if I can do something. I'm assuming this, like, because when we left, we used the coin to leave in the taxi, and this other vehicle followed us. I don't know if I'm supposed to sabotage it or something. Just play some jams. So far, the only use I have found for the flute is that I can use it to make a snake bite me so I die. Which, you know, seems to be of somewhat questionable usefulness. You know what? What I could do is I could use the coin here and make note of what the actual word is that shows up on screen. so I at least know what happens when I use it. But I guess before I do that, I might as well see if I can use it someplace else in a way that seems a little more rewarding. Yeah, if I can see what the word is, I can just throw it on DeepL or Google Translate or whatever and just see what it said. I don't know, Vinod, if you did that and you translated that particular screen, feel free to save me the trouble of doing that, I guess. But if you didn't, that's fine. I try to use it here, right? Yeah. Let's see, so can if I go over here... I think I probably tried this, didn't I? No, when I used the coin, or whatever this is, I guess it's a coin, at the blackjack table, there was like a picture of what looked like someone, you know, placing a chip on a square or whatever on the table to make a bet, and it said there was like a word, and then I lost the coin and nothing else seemed to happen. So I don't know if I placed a bet and lost, or if I just placed a bet, or like, I don't know. I don't think you tried it, which probably means that it's not something we need to do anyway. Yeah, because I wouldn't have thought the game to be sophisticated to the point where I set something up and for something to happen later or whatever, so it seemed like I guess we probably just gambled it away. What do the manuals say? We have a Google translated version of the, well, the inlay. You were sent to India to clarify the mysterious death of Agent 009, discover the golden egg. With his help, win a lot of money in the casino for your small expenses, and return by taxi with the information obtained, most importantly, a living home. So, I guess we are supposed to use the coin to gamble somewhere to increase our money so that we have money to give to the taxi driver as well as use it for something else. Maybe we get a different money item that can be used with, you know, some person that we try to use the coin with to no effect. That's my best guess. So, if I can't use the coin here, it didn't seem like I could use the cup. Like, I'm guessing, like, so we're in the casino, right? So this is like, I guess, where you would, I don't know, trade like chips for money or whatever. Yeah, the Google translation looks a bit funny. It's just like the, you know, the font size and line width is a little uneven. Oh, never mind. I was like, oh, he put it on the desk. Like, oh no, right, that's just the same animation. He just puts it on the floor. Oh. There's enough stuff that's like kind of conspicuous. But there's no, there's like no other place to gamble, right? I use it like over here. Prehralsi. Okay, I'm gonna. Translate from Slovak. You lost, it means. Okay, well, that clears that up. You lost. Alright, well. There's a quick... Actually, I was gonna say there's a quick reset. I can just drink this. But there... Let me actually... The manual said something about pressing the 1 key. Oh, okay. I thought it was pause, but no, it just reset. Okay. We probably want to multiply... No, right. Multiply our earnings somehow. Assuming we can't, like, explore further over here. Doesn't seem like it, no. Here you can actually just keep walking the same direction for a little bit, that's nice. There's something to... Tried using it. I don't know, there's probably nothing here, right? Nope. Ah! So I found exactly one place where I can gamble. But Vinod, who beat the game, apparently didn't even do that. And when I do it, it appears I just lose. So it doesn't seem like that's the strat. I feel like I must have tried using it with some of the guys out in the alley, but second guessing myself. There's like fucking auto fire on directional inputs. You have to like tap the directions very quickly without holding the button for too long. Or you like overshoot your menu navigation. Let me try just... No! Try using this next to every person I can find. If there's some other conspicuous... I like that you can see the same guys like from behind and from the front. Same with the guy where we found the drink. Nope. It's so confusing, like the loaded dice too. Seems like you would want to use, like, it seems strange again, right? To have an item whose only use is to get yourself killed. But maybe I don't know, maybe I can gamble with this guy or something. And he won't kill me for using cheater's dice. Like, not impossible. So this room exists for us to collect the cup. You can gamble the coin here, but I guess you lose. Did this room serve another purpose? Guy in the purple box looks like staff. Maybe I report cheating equipment. Well, I guess not. I definitely tried using the coin, right? Well, shit. I have no choice but to drop it. I can't pick nothing. Like, you have to pick something, so I have to pick an item to drop. Yep, that doesn't work. I'm fairly perplexed. I must say. Let me hydrate. So let's take stock of what's going on here. There's that one room that just leads to a door. The manual makes mentions of like being able to pass through open and unlocked doors. It makes a distinction between the two. So it kind of makes sense that there's some room behind a locked door. And there's plenty of closed doors in the background. But that's the only one that's like, there's a screen that just leads to that door and that's it. And there's also that door that was on the right. Those seem like good candidates for doors that we may be able to open. And maybe if we do... Oh, my inventory's full, I guess, anyway. Maybe we find info on 009, or we find the egg or whatever. So I guess we need to, like, retrieve the egg. Maybe get some kind of information, which I presume would be an inventory item. And once we have those things, we use the taxi and then we leave, and that's the game. Going by the movie, or just in general, like, I would imagine that we're supposed to play around a backgammon, but we have to do so without using our cheating dice. And right now, it's not like I can go up there and spend money to bet and play. The only way I can play, the only method I have of engaging with the backgammon table is to walk up with my cup of loaded dice and throw them down, get double sixes, and get thrown out. So that doesn't seem great. I have a poisoned martini or whatever, but I've yet to find a method of using that does not involve me just drinking it and dying. Have I tried? We're basically back full circle, because I was just on the verge of attempting to use the drink as a method of giving it to someone when I stumble upon the coin. But right now, the coin feels about as exhausted as the other items, aside from the drink. So I'm now thinking like, well, can I use the drink? Can I walk over here and use the drink? Give it to these guys to poison them so they won't chase us? Can I give it to Khan? Just fucking kill him. It's like either I try it and we start over, or I just stand here and stare at the game. Like I might as well fucking try it. Yeah, we just drink it and we're dead. Like that's the puzzling part again, that it's like I don't exactly know what I'm even trying to achieve. But I feel like surely there's got to be something, like this guy exists, right? He's got a little animation and everything. We can have the snake kill us. I guess this could be a locked door as well. Yeah, but like at least like this entire section, it seems questionable to me that it would have nothing. So I reckon there's something with the snake guy. We like trade for an item or do something. I figured we could just give him some change, but I guess not. And the fucking flute too, like. Ugh. In the movie, Bond doesn't play the flute, I don't think, but he, his contact plays the James Bond theme on the flute. And somehow, Bond recognizes the Bond theme. And he goes like, oh, you're my contact, or whatever. Paraphrasing a little bit, but that's a pretty silly scene in the movie. But does that mean that I'm supposed to play the flute? I don't know. Man, this game though. I'm also trying to think of like if I were to ask for a hint, what would I even ask? Convince him that we're friends.
Unspeakable horror awaits you.
Dino, please subscribe for 14 months. What's up, Dino? Thank you very much for your continued support. And thank you for your contribution to the Q Branch research funding. We're playing a highly civilized 1992 Spectrum adventure game based on a 1983 movie. That is rather perplexing. I've been able to find a couple of items. Most items we have either not found a use for, or we have found a way to use for an instant game over. So, like, that's not great. Like, we got a coin, and we can use the coin to pay for a taxi to leave, which is what we're supposed to do at the end of the game. But if we're not at the end of the game, I guess we just got killed for trying, like, we're chased and killed or something. I can use the coin to bet on the roulette table and just lose the coin. The flute I can use to charm a snake into attacking me so that I die. The cup of loaded dice I can use at the backgammon table and get immediately thrown into prison for cheating and game over. Oh yeah, and there's also the poisoned drink, which I can drink and die from poisoning and instantly game over. So there's like plenty of ways to game over. You can just walk off the pier and drown as well. in fact, most of the ways that I can interact with this game beyond walking through doors and hallways appear to be methods of getting myself killed. It's a slightly unusual take on the Bond experience, I'll admit. I gamble with these guys? Nope, I cannot. Well, Vinod, if you're around, again, I'm actually honestly not sure what I would ask. But if you have any kind of hint that you would feel comfortable giving, you think would ruin too much or whatever, although I'm not sure how concerned I am with that, feel free, because I definitely feel pretty stuck here. Looks profoundly mysterious. The game is very, very specific about positioning. Okay, that's interesting, because it kind of seemed like it wasn't. I mean, since we're over here, I guess what I can use that piece of advice to see if we can. I don't think it would make sense to use. I don't think I'm supposed to use the coin here. But I'm taking that hint to mean that there's a thing I'm supposed to do, which is in fact something that I had tried to do and like dismissed as not a thing. Okay, I guess I can ask this for the purpose of like simplifying my trial and error process. Will I want to use the use command on the drink to give it to someone? Like, is that a thing that we're gonna do that is dependent on being in the exact right pixel? I don't know if it's what I need to do now, but it's like, is that a thing that I'm gonna have to do? Or not even necessarily about the positioning, just like... whatever. Answer it if you want to. I'm just like... no, okay, I was trying to think, like, what even... What's even the purpose of that item? Well, I guess maybe I'm supposed to use the flute then, because clearly it has an effect, but maybe if I'm like just maybe getting killed is because I'm slightly in the wrong spot. Because there seems to be like, this is the smallest increment of movement. If you tap too quickly, he doesn't move. I think this will kill me. Yeah, okay. I guess before I waste too much time, I'm not going to ask you whether I'm supposed to use the flute with the snake. But a slightly broader question, I guess, is like, when you're talking about specific positioning, are we talking about the difference between life and death? Or the difference between something happening or nothing happening? Which I don't know if it actually applies to any place else than that, but something, nothing. All right, okay. Yeah, because the more I was thinking of it too, like, there's honestly not many spots you could stand in, because again, there's like a smallest increment you can move. But it would still mean having to basically risk game overing in the same spot like 3 times. I'm just trying to think now, like, okay, so what did I try?
Unspeakable horror awaits you.
What's up, Atomic Runner? Thank you for 37 months of unspeakable horrors. Real specky hours, that's for sure. Like now I'm just finding it hard to even mentally chart like what are the ideas that I've had that amounted to nothing and I like dismissed them. Like yeah, that door on the right seems like it may be a thing. I'm assuming again from the hint that you gave me, you don't have to clarify, but I'm assuming that there is something that I had the idea to try, that I tried doing, that I thought didn't work, but in fact, it would have worked if I was positioned more accurately. And if that's the case, then I need to A, figure out what interaction, and B, what the positioning was supposed to be. It could be using the dice at the roulette table, even though using the coin at the roulette table didn't seem that specific. I could kind of do it in multiple, like... I didn't have trouble doing that, at least. So probably... I'm gonna guess... I'm gonna guess it's something to do with trying to use the coin or trying to use the cup. That did not succeed. I tried the coin multiple times with the snake guy, yeah. So I like pushed up to him as close as I could. What if I stand back? Okay. Like maybe doing something with these guys again. Well, let's go grab the cup. It could be the purple desk, whatever. So, like, when I used the coin here again, it didn't seem that finicky. Whoops. But I also don't think I meant to use the cup here because I literally just picked it up here. It would be kind of weird. We're going for maximum bond brute forcing here. Fuck! I didn't mean to do that. Alright, note to self. Be a little more careful. Remember that one missed input means accidentally drinking your lethal poison. Well, I can kind of... Okay. In fact, why don't I not pick up the poison? I was gonna say I'm gonna, like, I could kind of speed past this by not grabbing the flute, just grabbing the coin and the cup. But the flute is literally on the way, and accidentally using it at least won't get me killed. But going inside here, the only purpose I know of, the only thing I know that I can do in here is to grab the poison. And I don't know how to use it or what to use it for without just literally killing myself. So I might as well not grab it and save myself a few seconds. So there could well be something else we're doing in the casino with the coin or the cups. Probably not going to be interacting with any of those background guys. So I'm going to go to that purple desk. Like, that was what I was going to be on my way of doing on my way to do here, but I just accidentally drank the poison. And yeah, for stuff like this, it's pretty ambiguous, because he's like sort of standing in the background. Like, which spot is the appropriate one to stand in. Yeah, this is probably not right, but we might as well cover all bases. I don't think I'm supposed to overlap him like this if I'm supposed to interact with this guy, but who knows. This seems not right, but yeah, okay. Well, I guess we can rule that out. So, pushing up like this allows me to use the cup, so if I could use the coin, then I reckon the positioning wouldn't be the issue here. I don't think I can do anything with the background dude or whatever. Well, team. There's nothing else with that other door. Ugh. I'm pretty stumped. This game is yeah, I think profoundly mysterious is a good way of putting it. The kind of game where there's a certain degree of satisfaction to like figuring something out, making something happen, and making some kind of progress. But it is certainly tinged with you know, that feeling of, well, okay, that something happened. I don't know how or why, but game's really being an asshole. Man, I don't even know what to make of that. I mean, it is in a very broad sense, because trying to do anything tends to get you killed. That's a pretty dickish thing to do. And maybe I'm just like in that headspace right now, and I'm gonna read far too much into anything someone says, especially if I know that they beat the game. Like, was I on the right track and I was in like the wrong pixel to do one of those things? Maybe I don't even know what it would be like meant to happen. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to stand like to this side of him. That seems unlikely, but it's entirely possible, of course, that you meant it in a far more general sense. I'm like easily getting spooked.
Look, you!
Sepa Psy 19. Thank you for the follow. Sit down here with my lucky dice. No. That's the thing too, right? Making progress in this kind of game and playing it in this kind of fashion, it's like, until you suddenly make progress, it certainly feels like you are making absolutely no progress. Like, I don't know, it's been an emotional roller coaster here, where it seemed cryptic on its surface, and then like, all right, okay, I figure out the controls, I understand how the game works, and hey, the items you pick up are mostly quite visible. You know, this should be relatively straightforward. And yet, here we are. Not only am I, like, sort of stuck not really getting anywhere, it's also... Nope, can't leave there. It doesn't, like, it's hard to have a lot of confidence that you'll be able to figure something out playing a game like this. Like, what could I even try that I haven't tried? Do I, like, set up a game of fucking craps over on this wagon? I guess not. Oh, it's so, like, again, with the manual talking about gambling in the casino and the fact that you can put money on the roulette table and instantly lose. All right, okay. How about this for a question? Can you tell me, like, a screen where I can go, where I can achieve something, where I can make progress given my current inventory? Like, narrowing it down to a place to be Snake Charmer. Okay, so there's something I can do there. Okay, cool. Interesting. Oh. Oops. So if I were to go on what you said previously, that the positioning hint is not a matter of life and death, implies to me that what I'm missing here, what I'm supposed to be doing, is not find the exact right spot to play the flute, but rather to use the coin or the cup. So I guess we'll just, whoops. Well, unless I am supposed to use the flute somewhere. I mean, I might as well try all the items on every spot. Ah! Highly delightful sound effects too. Although I guess, yeah, if I understand your answer correctly, then I guess the flute shouldn't matter. Oh! I got a key! Okay, I feel great about asking, because there's no fucking way I would have... There's no way I would have thought, you know what? I did try giving the coin to that guy about 5 times, but what if I did it incorrectly? Yeah, I had to stand so that my hand lined up in this unique sprite that we didn't see before. Alright, so we got a key. Wait, there was a door past here too. So I guess we were going to try that on doors now. Oh, I swear to God, I hope that's not deathly specific. But I think that's a kind of a unique case because, like, the graphics were supposed to like line up. Anytime we're like not seeing a unique animation like that, I don't think the doors are going to be sensitive, like, because nothing else has been. Yeah, that's like really weird, and that's why, like, if I'd noticed other things being that way, I would have felt more reasonable trying it, I guess. I don't remember where anything is in this game. Oh yeah, okay. Well, here's a door. Oh. The key was consumed. And we can now enter. The egg? I think that's the egg. Yeah, it's funny how that kind of thing goes, right? Like, sometimes, like, just playing a game, you can find yourself, like, with a completely skewed perspective on how difficult or weird something is, because you just happen to luck into, you know, doing well at it or whatever. Okay, so I guess I can probably use the egg at the backgammon table, maybe? That would be my first guess. Well, since I'm here, I guess I might as well pick up the drink. I don't know if the, like, maybe the drink and the flute are just like red herrings, we don't even use them. Like, I don't know that I'm supposed to, like, use the egg or lose it or whatever. But, like, in the movie, basically he bets it, and then he wins, so he, you know, he keeps it. So maybe that's what we need to do. Except, fuck, I think we need to drop, like, if we get something... Because I feel like we shouldn't lose the egg, right? That would be kind of bad. So I should probably drop the flute or something once we get inside here. Well, I can just drop it here. Well, actually, let me drop the drink. So that I don't accidentally poison myself. So surely that's meant to be con anyway, so whether we bet the egg or whatever, we show that we have it. Oh, okay, so he rolls the dice. And we get another dice cup. Oh, so I picked that up. Oh, and maybe now I use the cheating dice. Because I used his cup, or he thought I did. Nope. Okay. Am I supposed to not cheat? Oh, maybe I have to wait until he rolls double sixes. That would sort of kind of make sense, I guess. Or at least be a little closer to the film. Alright, we're making progress, I think. So, grab the coin. Here we go. And we're gonna give it to the snake charmer. Might as well grab the flute. I'll grab the poison just so we don't have to trek all the way back here. Although I guess the door is to the left there. But we're here, so... You know, when you aren't completely stuck on stupid shit, this game's kind of cool. Alright, so go get a key. I think this looks like the right spot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not like it's like hard, but if you stand like one position off and it doesn't work, it's not easy to reach the conclusion that it doesn't work, as opposed to... Wait, it's this way, right? I was standing one pixel off. Or one tile, I guess. It's not really a pixel. Think it's this way? Yeah. Assume the key. At least we found the use for the key very quickly. That's nice. Safe to assume, I think, that there's nothing else there. So we'll leave the poison outside. And what the flute though? Well, we'll worry about that later. You know what? I'll actually drop the flute as well. Because I'm not really sure what sort of items are going to be swapped around here with the 2 cups, and maybe there's like something else. We'll grab this. Show the egg. He'll roll the dice first. We'll collect his cup. And I guess we'll use the black cup. Alright, shaking, shaking. Roll the dice. 7. Yeah, so the egg's gone, but... I mean, not that I would be too surprised. Like, the game's playing a bit fast and loose with the logic and rules here, so... You know... Maybe the egg gets consumed in our process of learning the information about 009 or what have you. Alright, so let's just use this then. Okay, so I got a 6, and I wasn't cheating or anything. Oh, okay, there's... $1. We got money. Okay. If I use the $1 on the I was gonna say maybe I use the $1 on the roulette table, or do I buy chips? Ah, ooh, wait, what? Okay. It looks like oh, that was his check. I cashed his check, and now I'm fucking loaded. Okay. Should I go lose all this on roulette right now? Is that the move? I'm starting to think there's a bunch of fucking complete red herring items. Because, like, the cheater's cup seems to mainly be for getting thrown into jail. The only place so far that I could use the flute was with the snake to get myself killed, and I could sort out my business with that guy without the flute. Presumably, I could use some of this money to pay for the taxi. But am I, like... There's that other mysterious locked door. I mean, we can redo this relatively quickly if need be. I'm gonna just try to use... Oh, it doesn't even work. Okay. Well, unless I'm standing in the wrong spot. Yeah, okay. You could use the coin here, but I think that was just like... Yeah, just a... Sort of a red herring, I guess. Unless I can use it here? I don't know. What's up, Pampa? Happy Monday. Nope. Okay. So what do I use this money for? Can I buy information about 009 from someone? Do I go back and use the money? Double or nothing over here? That seems unlikely, but... Oh, okay, just checking. Like, I would assume I could use the money here and leave and get killed because I haven't found anything about 009. But there's that other... Now we're back to just trying to use this on every... But what if... The snake charmer mysteriously just could give me a key for a coin. What if I give him like a just fucking thick wad of cash? Is he gonna reward me even more handsomely with precious information? I don't have any better guesses, really. I might as well try it, right? Because the other thing is if the other conspicuous door that is like around where you get the poison. Maybe I can like wave some cash and they'll open it and let me in. Okay, that didn't work. I think I'm in the right spot. Yeah, this is too close. Okay. I'm just, well, I was gonna say I'm just glad that I'm not like losing items or game overing or anything, but getting nothing to happen is like pretty bad because you never know if you're just slightly off. Oh, that guy maybe. This guy maybe. Wait, let's do. Well, actually, do something with, like with the room or like. If I have money, I don't know. Ah, doesn't seem likely. Yeah, like this place. Looks secretive. Okay, well, I guess it is. Okay, let's consult the manual again. You're sent to India to clarify the mysterious death of Agent 009. Discover the golden egg. With his help, win a lot of money. I guess it means like with its help. Like with the help of the egg. Win a lot of money in the casino for your small expenses. And return by taxi with the information obtained. And most importantly, a living... This is Google translated from Slovak, by the way. Hence the slightly odd English. So if things are meant to happen in this order, it's like, well, I guess maybe we know all we need to know about 009. I mean, we got the egg, and then we used it to win a lot of money. And return by taxi with the information obtained, and most importantly, a living home. So, like, I guess it means, like, return alive. Yeah, return with your life. Exactly. So, if that's the case, I'm sure I could just use the cash to take the taxi, but we will probably get killed. Maybe I can bribe the other taxi with my fat stacks of cash. Whoops, and I can just leave? Because I'm, at this point, really not sure what else I meant to accomplish. So, like, we can give it a try. I have a flute. Like, all the items I know of are here. What's up, track 0? Yeah, we're, I guess we're sort of in the end game of Octopussy, I think. Maybe. Or a fair way through the game, at least. So, I don't think I can, trying to pick up the flute. I don't think I can do anything with this flute, really. And it doesn't seem like I could give this poison to someone else. Any time I try to use it, I just end up drinking it. Feeling better, virus-free? I'm not sure about the latter. I'm feeling, I mean... my nose is stuffed and I'm like, ugh, tired and not at 100%, but I'm feeling a lot better than I did last week. That is for sure. I don't know that this game is helping any, but... well, you know what? Instead of, like, staring at this and making assumption, even if this kills us, at least then that would be confirmation. So let's try to use the cash. Alright, so we're being followed. Oh, okay. I'm being, like, choked. Oh, but I give him the money. No! Ah! The money protects me from being stabbed. All true, the dagger pierced jacket, but was stuck in a pack of banknotes. It saved my life. That's why you need the fat stacks of cash. That's from the movie. That's a GG, I guess. It's time. Money armor, yeah. This fucking music, though. Artwork's pretty cool, too. Man, what a... what a strange little game. Because it's like... they took... like, 3 scenes from the film that are not in any way any of the most interesting or exciting part of the film, rather the opposite. And they create these, like, very simple puzzles and leave out pretty crucial elements. Like, so what's the plot of this game? Alright, so we see the intro, right? The briefing. Bond is informed of 009's mysterious death. He was carrying a fake Fabergé egg. They learn that the real one is being auctioned. So Bond that part's being skipped, by the way. We see the briefing, and then off screen, Bond goes to the auction, helps, like, push up the price so that Kamal Khan has to spend unreasonable amounts of money for the egg, all while doing the old switcheroo so that Khan ends up paying exorbitant money for the fake egg while Bond pockets the real one. At that point, the game the game starts, except in the game he doesn't have the egg. He has to trade some change to a snake charmer to get a key to enter an apartment to find the egg. He gets the egg, he immediately gambles it away and loses it to Kamal Khan. Gets a check, cashes the check, goes to the taxi and say, well, mission accomplished. Job well done. You know, takes off, gets stabbed in the chest, luckily has a protective layer of cash lining his suit. The end. That was quite the Bond adventure. We show the whole movie, they won't want to go see it. Well, I mean, this game did come out 9 years after the film in Slovakia. Does it end like this? Well, I mean, it's my first time playing, but this sure seems like it. I, in fact, cannot have anything else happen. So this is it. Well, we made it through. We made it through. Thank you, Vinod, for providing helpful but not game-ruining hints. I'm glad, like I said, that I asked, because getting as close as I did to doing the correct thing, but not getting it, of all the things I could have tried, I could have spent another 5 hours without trying to use the coin on the snake charmer again. All along plays that in this scene, yeah. Yeah, nothing, like, no of the other keys I used previously to advance through intro screens or anything like that does anything. We get cool music, though. Well, you know, for a little, weird, unlicensed game, this was not the most hateful of the games we've played so far. You know, this is interesting. This was interesting for sure. Enjoy this end screen while I quickly go find, just do that. Find the link. And I will make some updates to the spreadsheet right here. Oh, I just forgot to, well, whatever. Kind of impressed that it was a pretty functional graphic adventure for the Spectrum, even if basic. Yeah, you know, you have to see it kind of in a way that makes sense. Like, trying to compare it to, you know, 1992 standards or point-and-click adventure game standards or what have you. Like, yeah, obviously it's gonna come short, but comparing it to something like the View to a Kill adventure section, which has a very similar menu, like, control interface to this, like, this is much better. And honestly, like, yeah, the design of the puzzles is a bit goofy, but it's quite functional, and, like, graphically it's pretty great. We have these little, like, close-up scenes of stuff happening. There's a decent amount of animation on Bond himself when he's, like, using items and, like, falling over. Even when you walk into the water, just walking off the pier, like, there's an actual little animation of his arms going up as he falls into the water and stuff. Like, it's a very small game, but you can kind of feel, like, it doesn't feel, you know, like a complete throwaway thing. It feels like there's some passion behind it, even if it's, like, amateur stuff. Again, A View to a Kill, I keep coming back to that comparison. Like, that was a game that had... It just was complete nonsense. You could really feel like it was probably made in, like, 2 weeks by a guy sleeping under his desk. And this game doesn't have... Like, this has a level of polish for this kind of thing that kind of sets it apart. Feel free to follow along in the spreadsheet. I don't, actually, let me see if I can... It's gonna be hard to, like, really do well on stream here, but let me give it a shot. Let me see if I can... Because we have a few minutes to spare. Let me see if I can... Does this work? Okay, yeah, let's there we go. Yeah, I haven't like set this up in a way that's like in any way optimized for stream viewing. And do no, that doesn't seem to work. Nope, I don't think I can zoom this really. So I'm sure this is not like super readable, but it's something. Wait, actually, there we go. That's probably better. So we play this on, today is 2023-05-08. And mission is completed. Oh yeah, I need to update these VOD links because I've archived everything and put most of it up on YouTube. So I gotta remember to update this document with links. It's all on, should all be on Twitch, but I haven't done all of the YouTube stuff yet. We completed this in roughly 2 hours, 17 minutes, 23 seconds. I have to do a little timer reset before because it froze, but it's accurate enough. Completed the game with light hints, I guess. Yeah, we'll just use this description. Completed with a few light hints from chat. So that is now, ba-boom, it's green. Status is completed. That means that our next mission will be James Bond Jr. for the NES. So we will take a brief look at that before we wrap up for tonight. Well, let's just do that. Let's hop on over here to the game info screen. Octopussy has been completed, and that means that next up will be James Bond Jr. Yeah, we have officially wrapped the microcomputer chapter of James Bond, which is bittersweet. It's been a very, very interesting set of games. But I think it's fair to say that sooner or later we're heading into a more civilized era. Will this be part of that? Who knows? This game in particular is still highly European. In fact, a lot of the games coming up will be. Not all of them, but for a while still, we're predominantly in Euro territory. Anywho, probably turn down the audio a little bit. I'm gonna just be talking over this. Mission number 13, James Bond Jr. for the NES, also released in 1992, same year as Octopussy. Developed by Eurocom and published by Toy Headquarters. Based off the cartoon series of the same name, the game puts the player in control of James Bond's teenage nephew, James Bond Jr. Don't know how that works. I don't know if you can just co-opt your uncle's name because they're really cool. But what do I know? I'm not even a domestic man of mystery, let alone an international one. So, but who's to say? Many scientists have disappeared, and it is Junior's task to find them and save the world. Agents have seen missile sites on an island, and they believe that Scumlord is responsible. All in a day's work. Is that Jaws' nephew? I don't know. Maybe it's Paws. I mean, we can only wish. This appears to have been Eurocom's second ever game. That's interesting. Yeah, this is a show that I watched well, I don't even want to say that I watched. I would say I caught an episode here or there growing up, and I just Because this would have been, you know, I would have been, I don't know if too old is the right expression, but I was old enough to be a snarky fuck about it. I mean, I'm not doubting for a second that this show is really stupid. I'm not saying being snarky about it isn't warranted, but the combination of being probably just on the upper edge of like the age range, you know, the target demographic, but more than anything, just the fact that it had a terrible Swedish dub made it so it was impossible to take serious. So you know, even if it could have been cool, it is immediately undercut by the Swedish dub being just laughable. So you laugh at it, and that's all you can do. And yeah, there was like there's some version of Jaws, right? And I don't know if there's like other Bond villains. I don't think Scumlord ever appeared in any of the Bond films. But I forget. Like I can see on the cover, just on my like tiny little thumbnail here, he's got his, I guess it's Q Jr., right? And there's some of the other villains and shit. I don't know if they show up in the game. Maybe we'll find out. But yeah, the only dialogue or scene or anything that I can remember from James Bond Jr. is that at some point in some episode, for some reason or whatever, there's something to do with mummies, and I don't know how much of this is the writing, and I don't know how much of this is the Swedish dub and translation. But at some point, instead of using the word sarcophagus to describe, well, a sarcophagus, a mummy's coffin, or whatever, the word they used, like, the Swedish word was mumiefodral. But I'm trying to like, fuck, how do you even translate that to English? Because it's so fucking stupid. It's like, instead of saying sarcophagus, they said like mummy compartment, or like a mummy like pocket or something. And like I said, like, I don't know if it was it intentionally that the character was supposed to sound like a fucking imbecile? I don't remember who was saying it, but it's like, I just recall it being very matter-of-factly, as if it's like a normal thing to call a sarcophagus. Like fodral in Swedish, like, it's the word you would use for like pencil case, or like a, you know, a case for your glasses or something. And that's like the word they use, but for a mummy, and it's just like played completely straight. So that's like the level of intellect I expect from James Bond Jr. Now, to be fair, I'm sure this is going to be a highly European action platformer with, from what I've seen, some like, which I guess is to be expected from a Euro platformer, some slight elements of non-linearity or like exploration. There will be, following James Bond Jr. for the NES, James Bond Jr. for the Super NES, developed by Grey Matter, which is an extremely American developer, if I'm not mistaken. Unlike the NES game, this version is a more action-oriented side-scrolling game without detailed mission objectives or puzzle solving, which implies that the NES game will have some of that. As mentioned earlier tonight, it dawned on me just as we were starting the stream today that, well, if we're watching Bond films to familiarize ourselves with the plot lines and the characters and what have you before playing the relevant games, we really have no option but to watch some James Bond Jr. before we embark on this mission. All such research, of course, happens on the Discord, We usually do Discord movie nights on Saturday nights, European time. Every now and again, we've squeezed in an extra Bond film or something else on other nights. And I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research to figure out what and how much of James Bond Jr. we're gonna watch before playing the game. I would say I'd want to watch at least, you know, a handful of episodes. I don't know how many episodes there are. I don't expect or commit to watching the full series. Yeah, there's only one season. I was gonna say, it wouldn't surprise me if there's like 20-something episodes and that's it. But probably I would like to watch the first couple of episodes and then maybe cherry pick one or a few if it's got like a particular villain or something. And we'll see. 40 odd episodes, 65. Okay. Yeah, we're not watching 65 episodes. But at least we don't have to sift through like 8 seasons to figure out what's worth watching. But like I said, I'll do a little bit of research. If anyone who's on the Discord is an expert or is doing some research of their own and like has input on it, feel free to share. But that's the link to the Discord right there. So if you're interested in joining us in watching at least a couple of episodes of James Bond Jr., maybe Saturday night, maybe some other evening, maybe across a couple of evenings, click that link, check out the movie zone, and feel free to add yourself to the movie night roll, and you'll get notifications when there are updates on movie nights, or in this case, TV nights. Watch the pilot, pick an episode with each Bond villain. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to skim through like an episode guide to see what's worth checking out. But this means that we have a little bit of research to do, a little bit of prep before we are ready to embark on Mission 13, which by extension means that Wednesday's stream will not be a James Bond stream. We may prep all of this in time to do James Bond Jr. on Saturday, but I'm not positive we'll have time to get around to it just yet. Episode 4 is the Egypt episode. We might have to watch that one. We might have to watch to learn all about mummy compartments. But like I said, stay tuned, keep an eye on the Discord, and we'll figure out when we are ready to check out James Bond Jr. for the NES. In the meantime, I will continue to stream as regular as my health and real life schedule will allow, which hopefully will be more regular moving forward. Wednesday, maybe we're playing some beat 'em ups. Maybe we're gonna challenge Prince of Persia Classic Survival Mode once again. Not sure. I'm gonna have to think about it. But we will, in the meantime, try to get ready for James Bond Jr. We have, of course, also, lest you forget, some secret missions. Details on secret mission number 3 still confidential. And in order to finance the research and development of the technology to complete the secret missions, the Q branch rather, it's going to need your help. All contributions in the form of subs and bits and merch sales and whatever else will help fund this. We are about a fifth of the way to the next goal. When we reach 15,000 Q credits, we will check out a third secret mission, which I'm gonna need to do some prep for because I don't even remember offhand what it is. But when the time is ready, you guys will be informed of what the next secret mission will be. But we got plenty of interesting ordinary missions.
Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q.
Thank you, Track Zero, for your generous contribution. We're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Yeah, but it ended up being all messed up. Because I'd set up the goal for, like, we did the first secret mission, and then we were doing the second one, and then, like, immediately I got a bunch of gift subs for, like, Christmas or whatever, so we just had the pretty much back to back. So I don't mind doing a few regular missions in between this one. But we'll get there eventually. We're working our way towards the goal together as a community. Speaking of which, we're getting right up to the finish line here of the Viewer's Choice Fighting Game bonus stream. I don't know that I will want to or be able to pencil that in for this Friday, regardless. So I was gonna say, don't feel obliged to squeeze that in right now, but here we go. Well, it's official. We will be doing another Viewer's Choice versus Fighting Game stream. I will let you guys know if it's gonna end up being this week or next. We will schedule that when able. So it's not really for once that I'm super busy, but we're having beautiful weather this week, and I'm very eager to just fucking go in and soak up the sun, which means that I might be preoccupied on Friday. But I'll look into it. I will make some plans, and I will make announcements on Twitter and Discord and whatnot once the schedule is finalized. So I'll let you guys know if we're doing that on this Friday or the following one. But we are doing versus games, versus fighting games even. And you guys get to choose them. Should be fun. Should be fun. Had a lot of people here tonight. Very happy to have a larger crowd than usual to show off highly mysterious Slovakian Spectrum Bond games. It's some would say slightly smaller niche of Twitch streams, but no less exciting than your average, I don't know, Fortnites or Minecrafts or Harry Potters or whatever people stream on Twitch. I don't even know. Speaking of what people stream on Twitch, I'm currently perusing my following page to figure out who we are going to be raiding. What is happening on Twitch, and where can we send all you lovely people? Let's see. You know what? I don't really want to watch this myself, but it's been a while, and Tino is streaming Jedi Survivor. I don't kind of want to watch it because I want to play it myself eventually. But Tino's a cool guy. His Star Wars challenge was a big inspiration for me of doing the Batman and now Bond projects. So y'all go follow him. He's a nice fella. And enjoy some Star Wars if you're into that. Kasatwa, thank you very much. And thank you everybody else for hanging out, for experiencing Octopussy with me. Nothing quite like it. Well, I can't talk. We're done. Thanks for watching, guys. Stick around for the raid, will ya? And see you guys Wednesday.